Hello, welcome to the Galactic Update here from the Rincon Mountains in southern Arizona. So the energy on the planet for us living beings, that includes the snakes and the bear and all the beautiful things that we're part of, it's getting better. And hear me out on this. The things that are coming up currently that are quite tragic and difficult for humanity are simply the things that we've been holding on to. If you haven't noticed, being a human on Earth, for most of the people, while they can have that inner peace and that sense of beauty, it's trial, it's difficult. There's diseases and wars and, battles and fighting and rejection and tragic loss. And while those things will never fully go away, or maybe they will, just not in our lifetime, I do not believe. At some point, we will address the underlying issues within ourselves and within the collective psyche that is asking for these things to happen. And maybe it's just a reframe around how we handle things like death and sickness and fighting and pain. But either way, it's changing, and it's changing for the better. And it's not going to go back. And let me tell you why. I'm going uphill. It took thousands of years, if not longer, for all of the different ways of thinking to be programmed into us through the way that we've built our societies, the way we even build our buildings, the way we use water, the way we breathe, the way we don't breathe, the way we eat, the way we grow food. And now that we're in this age of the age. You know what I'm talking about. It's just like, whoa, I get it. We can talk. Listen to the eloquence that each of us can have. Listen to the rhythm which each of us can live by. This is kind of new. It's not going away. So because of that, this stuff that has come up, and we're all, I say all of us because I love the collective. I might as well introduce myself as one of the humans here on Earth who struggles and has good times, goes up and down. These things, as they come up and we talk about them and we work through them and maybe we fight over them, maybe even we kill each other over them. It happens. We're learning and we're getting it out, and that shit ain't gonna go back. And that part of us, when I say human history, that part of human history where it was people on lockdown, under a king's hand, take away their privileges, cancel the fair, don't give them the food, burn the grain. That's fucking over, because the energy necessary to do that is no longer accessible. If you do something like that, you get sick and you get hurt and you fucking die and you disappear. And so even if people try to do it, guess what? See ya. You ain't gonna last long. Maybe 10, 15 years, even this lifetime, this single lifetime. But you're going to die from that. That's going to kill you. It's going to crush your soul. And I don't know how you view reincarnation, but you're going to come back and you ain't going to be the one in power. So all of the things we go through, like, man, it's rough, right? It's like, what is going on? We're just getting it out. We're getting it out. You have to purge. You cannot just say, okay, I move on. It doesn't end like that. You have to let out what you've been holding, okay? If you have a big shit you need to take, you can't just say, you know what? I no longer am attached to that poop and it's gone. It has to come out of your ass. It has to come out. And we're all shitting and vomiting. If you've done medicine ceremonies, you understand. You're like, oh, I get the lesson. And then it's like, and you throw up. You're welcome for that, by the way. So now is the time to be alive. And I mean really alive. And I know you got to get through your day, and sometimes there's struggles. And there's like the economy. That is part of the old way, and it's being purged. Trust me. But still, it's phasing out. Take your time. Don't walk away from your responsibilities. But lighten the load. Give yourself some credit. You made it here. You're doing it. You're doing something. It might not look that great because our perspective is so freaking twisted. What have we been taught? And that's why you need a refreshed perspective. You got to come out here. You got to look at these things. You have to see these different places and these different people. But now is the time to be alive. Okay? And it's only getting better. And I may just be an optimist. If you know me, you know that I'm not really. I'm a realist, but being a realist, whatever that means you see that there's and then there's and in the middle is like there's a trend here, right? There's a trend. And I see growth. And I see positivity. And I see canyons, and I see washes, and I see saguaros, and I see birds, and I saw a rattlesnake, and it scared the shit out of me. I don't know who was more scared, me or the rattler, but it's beautiful. You know that saying where people are like, this is God's country? Like, this is all God's. This is God's world. We are of that same spirit. We are of that same source. Your body is God's country. Okay? Don't forget it. Don't lose track of it. You gotta focus on something that doesn't suck. That's it. Hold on to that. Okay? Pay attention to beauty. You're very loved. And I send you all the nature vibes. From my cactus to yours. Be well.